Conversations, a channel where we talk about life and adulting.
The ups,
the downs,
and everything in between. My name is Sharon.
My name is Aisha.
My name is Robina. Today we're going to talk about preparing for functions, marriage ceremonies. So you've proposed or been proposed to, and you're preparing now for the next phase of going into a union. But there are so many dynamics that come with preparing for such ceremonies. So we are here today to talk about what could go wrong and how to mitigate some of those things, and also give you tips on how to avoid those things that will go wrong, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so ladies, what are some of the things that always go wrong on these functions?
One of the things that you should think about is how you're going to structure your preparations. Do you need a meeting? Do you need a WhatsApp group? Is the WhatsApp group sufficient to allow for preparations? Because I realize that it really depends on the circle of friends that you have and how supportive they are. You see, in these meetings, not everybody will turn up, but you have to internalize that and be prepared. Know that not everybody is going to be as enthusiastic about your union, and have your expectations about the preparations really kept on a low to really mitigate on what could go wrong. I mean, like these meetings, some of them call them begging meetings. So some of them don't even want to turn up. So if they don't turn up, just pray about it and find a way of working it out. Don't just get so worked up, and like everything will go well.
Yeah. And I think one of the most important things that you need to consider as you plan for your function, first of all, start with a plan. Like, you and your partner need to have a budget, like a working budget. Don't go to people without a plan of your own. Otherwise they're going to plan for you the wedding they want for you, as opposed to the wedding you want for yourself. So as much as possible, go with a plan, have your own budget, and even some potential service providers if you can. So that they have where to start from. And then of course, sometimes if you don't have like a planning number, then it can also make people dream something.
You speak about numbers, and
Numbers in terms of money or in terms of people?
Both, but people mostly.
People mostly, because that's where the controversy starts.
But you know that it's very hard. Okay, for the functions I've been to, especially introductions, I feel like it's very hard to control numbers if you take the function home
to the village,
like up country home. It's not in Kampala here. It's very hard to control the numbers. There are so many uninvited guests, but then also your parents want to bring their people. Their people want to bring their people. And then you have a lot of people that you hadn't planned for.
People that don't even know you.
Exactly.
That's true.
Or maybe just people from around the village that you grew up seeing. So how do you control these numbers, you guys? Especially for the introduction, that very first ceremony. How do you control the numbers?
I think for introductions, really, I've heard of this saying that the introduction is for your parents, then the wedding is the one that is yours. Because my godparents can want to show off. Hey, proud. The entire village, they have to show haters that don't even. But let numbers.
It's always haters with Aisha.
No. By the way, it's just that I know that mothers want a dramatic about introduction. Like they just want. They will call your singers. Your singers will also invite their people. Then, just not introductions.
So what do we do? Give it up for them.
Because the thing is, for introductions, the meals are normally there because you're in the village. The farms are there. At least you can control the costs. It's not like you're going to a hotel where the hotel is going to charge you per plate. Just let them be for peace of mind. Because my God, parents.
And most times you find that if it's in the village, you find there's this neighbor who has given a sheep, a
Eh,
goat, a
Oh,
chicken.
yeah, right.
So it's
How
really
are you
so
going to
it's
say
so hard to
no?
say no to them. And in my family, all the introductions we have had in the village, there's somewhere I think we even had like 1,000 people on one of my
Yes.
cousin's
Oh my
introductions.
God, that's a
So
lot of
it's
people.
almost a given when you have functions in the village. First of all, how many houses in the village have fences? It's not like here in town whereby, you know, everyone is in their own little gate, so it's easy to manage numbers there. But if it's in the village, then yes, expect the numbers and try and plan accordingly. Yeah.
You know, I actually remembered something. It is always believed that a child is raised by a village.
Yes.
Yes. So you take that village, literally. You know, like just now, everybody has this attachment of like,
Yes.
oh, you're one our
Mm.
yeah. So that attachment and the sentiments come with a cost. Be sure that they are going to come and you will not control anything. Let people have merry make, really.
So in summary, let's just allow that introductions up country
Yes.
is very hard to control numbers. It is the village that raised you that is going to, that all of them are going to show up and you can't stop them. Your mom is going to bring her people, your dad is going to bring her people, their people will bring more people.
Yes.
And just expect that at the very least.
Isn't that what makes us
And
Africans?
embrace
I know,
it.
right?
Embrace
And
it.
embrace it because sometimes these are things you can't control. But then another thing that ruins such functions is rain. Like you prepare properly and then out of the blue it's raining. I know it's in our setting they usually say it's
A
blessings
blessing.
and stuff like that. But you guys, let's be real, those things can just ruin your day.
You know why I laughed, eh?
Because it rained on your
I've never actually, the truth is, like, now I'm not even making jokes. It rained like properly. It started raining at around, was it 12-ish, and it stopped in the evening. Like almost 5 full hours of non-stop rain. And we're not talking about this rain of drizzles.
It was drizzling.
My friend, it drizzled and then flooded. Drizzled and you guys, all the decoration.
Oh dear.
I just want to think. Of course, there are people that are with you, comforting you. Yes, the rains, the blessings, and what. And there are others that have these beliefs of if you have that your maternal cousin, there are some rituals they can make to stop the rain. Yes, I swear these things are there.
Wow.
But
So
not in our circle.
Okay, I don't believe in the rituals, but they happen. Like they stop the rain. They stop the rain properly. But
the ones I know pray.
Just if you don't want the rain,
But yeah.
Seasons,
Yeah, it's what I was going to ask. Like, what would you have done differently? I mean, you can't stop the rain, but how could you have planned, differently?
You know, we plan and God plans as well.
Yeah.
So the time of my wedding was at a time when there would never have been rain. It was January.
Yes.
January is normally hot. In fact, to show you that I was real confident, we even, these gazebos that don't have a tent. I don't know.
Yes.
A car. My friend.
That's what you chose for yourself.
It proper rained. So what? Like if this happens and you have no control over it, relax. These are things that God has planned for you. In fact, these days when I move around with the triplets, people tell me, you see, no wonder it rained like that. No wonder it rained like that. Those are the triplets that were announcing they are coming. But it's proper rain. It almost took away the Mogole in floods. Rain.
Your makeup. But
I
you were
cried
prepared.
over it.
But you were prepared. I saw your matron had an umbrella.
We got it at that time, you girl.
Anyway, bottom line is, I guess, prepare for any eventuality.
Yeah. Anything
mind
can happen.
That anything can happen.
And then, the decorators, the service providers extend grace when it rains. Anyway, things that you should know. Relative drama.
What do you mean?
People will play all tricks on your wedding.
I wonder why though.
I know, like, I think, like I said earlier, these relatives have sentiments that you know, like this is maybe, and this is so common on functions where maybe the first daughter of the family is getting married, or even if you're not the first daughter, like really, like if it takes so long to have functions, everyone gets excited when one comes around.
True.
You guys, relatives,
What?
Sengas. Do you know, for introductions, especially now, like if you're coming from a family where your father is an only boy, every Senga wants to be the one that gives you away.
But shouldn't it be someone you're comfortable with? Because I remember, at least on my function, it was someone I was comfortable with, and I had a say.
Yeah.
Maybe I was just blessed that but
the others took it in well.
I want to believe they did. I mean, up until now, I haven't had any complaints. I hope they did.
Sengas can want to pick fights, you know. You see how you say the one you're comfortable with, then the others will say, so you mean you're not comfortable with us? Like everyone wants to be like the main person. Man, I just don't understand this thing with weddings. Then you have people fighting over who controls the food. Then you have people controlling this and that.
I think that's where the planning comes in. Of
True.
Proper meetings,
like the day before, and you all, like with a family who's going to be around and be in charge of anything, like you say that this person is going to be in charge of food, this saying is the one greeting. It's not like I don't love you all, or don't like I have something with like bond to bind with you, but it's just that this is how we want the function to flow. So I believe the meetings will help you iron out some of those things, like the day before, or in the list during that week of the function, right? Any other thing that went wrong on yours, or for yours was perfect?
That one was a planned.
No, to be honest, all my functions went really well. I don't remember any drama. I mean, if it was there, then my family and friends really shielded me well from it, and I'm really grateful. So thank you very much. But it also reminds me
what your friends are doing.
Which friends do you have?
So yeah, it takes me to the point of like friends and family. Like I'm sure everyone, like I want to believe that everyone has that one or two people that you know they can count on. I know some of us sometimes when we're planning our functions want to feel like I can do everything myself. I can coordinate the decorator, the photographer, the food, the what. But you need to learn to rely on people and know that, you know, if you've entrusted people as the committee, then let them do their job. Like, yes, when they advise you, it's not a must to take their opinion, but listen to them, because most times there's a reason behind that. Maybe the finances are not enough. So listen to advice and take it in. And learn to trust people that are supporting you.
But also choose that committee wisely. Make sure they're actually functional people.
True.
I remember I was in a committee of an event that we were organizing for a friend, and it was like there were just like 3 people who were doing all the work. The rest were just by name. And yet when the credit was coming out to the committee, everyone received the credit. But we worked. We worked, like making sure everything was okay, calling service providers, coordinating transport, now for me I was working with the bride and the people who are escorting her, making sure all the clothes reached the venue and stuff like that. It was so hectic, but some of the committee members were not supportive. So choose your committee wisely and make sure that they're all people who first of all mean well, and also that you know that they'll commit to their job and actually do it.
True.
But also these committees, I've heard of that. There's a guy. This guy just strategically places himself to be a chairman.
What does he do?
You know, people really misuse money for weddings.
Wow.
You know that.
Panange.
Yeah, so
That
if
makes
you
my-
have to you have to
Aw.
somehow, even if you don't get involved in it, all of it, at least find a way to check on
To
each
check.
committee. What are they doing? What support do they require? If it's finances, have you availed them? Things like that. Otherwise, even the committee sometimes gets overwhelmed,
True.
right?
True.
Yeah.
But I think that brings those WhatsApp groups. I think that it gives a bit of accountability when you have a WhatsApp group and the contributions are going to like one person.
Which
Then
is
there's
more a
list.
recent thing, yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
It's a recent thing.
For us,
Yeah.
our times. I will speak as if
Huh?
And
Back in that day.
we didn't have these WhatsApp groups. Like everyone is doing this and that, but there's no way of coordinating it online. And regardless, life has to go on.
Yeah.
Whether it's your introduction or wedding or whatever,
True.
people have to go on with their lives. So how you meddle in that business to make sure that everything goes well, it's entirely on you.
Yeah, so you really have to occasionally check in.
So service provider mess.
How?
Guys, service providers are angry. Please don't get angry.
Tailors.
Have you Banagayo people? Yeah, I got problems with service providers.
Which
You
ones?
know.
Tell us.
Our photographer, like I said, it rained.
Oh yes.
All of the photographs came out. Oh, how do they call that? Snow-like things, because they didn't clean the cameras as they were filming and taking the photos. My goodness. This guy delayed to deliver the photos, and we didn't know why.
Maybe he was trying to fix
He was
the
trying
mess.
to fix
Fix
them,
the
but could they
mess.
be fixed?
Oh dear.
No.
But you should have just communicated.
How? And you know how I am.
Aren't you?
Like, seriously.
You scared the guy into communicating.
You guys, this guy kept on withholding the photos for so long. We were like, he somehow didn't do I don't know how they call their things of
Editing.
editing. No, like storing the photos.
You thought like
Backup.
Hey, exactly. Kumbe, the guy was still fidgeting with the snow. Up to now, most of the photos, if you look at them, my God.
But I don't know. You just communicate, because even if you don't, they'll still find out.
You guys,
The
I
earlier you get
just
it off your
had
chest,
issues.
the better.
If I was a pessimistic person, I would even have thought maybe my marriage won't work. Like really, service providers, those of tailors, tailors are funny. They will come and patch up dresses on almost the last day. So be sure, right from all the service providers that you have selected, you have tried them at least, someone has given you a testimonial that this person is good and they actually do good work. You don't hire someone just because they are a relative and they do this business. That's how people take business for granted.
For me, it's the DJs. You give those people a list of the kind of music that you want. A long list, by the way. I was a matron at a certain introduction. Then we sat down with this lady, labored, and chose songs, over like 100 songs. Gave the guy the list. On the very day, he played what he wanted.
I know. My cousin's wedding. Didn't the guy start playing Chai Wenjai?
Oh no.
He played exactly what he wanted. I think it's only the song that we came out with that he played, right? Because we refused to come out. We said, this is the song we want.
I should introduce you to mine.
And we said, we refused to come out and said until they play this particular song. Because you cannot ruin the whole day. At least one thing has to be right.
I know.
You guys,
I know.
DJs,
do
do better. If I give you a list of songs,
Hey.
can't you just stick to that?
I
Or at
know.
least if I give you the structure and I say, when the groom is coming out, this is what I want. When the bride is coming out,
At
this
least
is
have
what
those
I want.
those 5 key
At least
songs.
do not forget those
Yeah.
And
ones.
you know what? DJs are funny. Give them that song. There's a way they mix it. They had chicka 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 cha cha.
I wouldn't mind that. But playing an entirely different
No, like imagine you're dancing on this different and then suddenly the song changes.
the tempo.
You somehow lose it.
I
True,
know.
true.
Like, like service providers really bad. For them, they want to do their thing. You will not instruct them.
Then the MCs. especially when there are two.
The clashing of egos if
Yeah.
you have to MC.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
How they end up starting to compete, I don't know.
But
I know. Then they start
it
sending
happens.
subtle jabs to each other. Mama.
especially when one feels like the high end and then one feels like the low
Thank you
end.
so
Yes.
much.
And I don't know if they should feel that way. Anyway,
It's how the market has classified them.
I think so.
There are
Yeah.
those ones that are high end, and then those ones for the mutua ones.
Yeah.
Now, if they find it,
So usually there is one speaking English and then translating to the local language. I hear you.
Stuff like that. But I think
I hear you.
for that to mitigate it is get MCs, maybe like if they have like an association or like
Yeah.
a group of MCs, get from that group because they will be seamless.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think
They'll,
so
they'll
too.
be seamless, but for me, I would advocate have one.
Have one. No, sometimes you want some. Like,
Yeah,
to
yeah.
make it
Some
nicer.
kawo.
Yeah, some kawo, this
Choose them when like from the
Variety.
same
and when they work together,
pool, yes,
and
like-
they have worked together well, the ceremony is always nice. Like it somehow flows
It helps.
if they don't clash.
Yes. Service providers do better.
And those that do your job well, thank you.
I know, right? Thank you, and we appreciate.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
we do.
Yeah.
Clients that commit a small percentage, but you want to put bunkenke in service providers, you also do better because I mean these guys will not
True.
have, what do they say, contented heart as they're doing their job.
Well,
I'm translating it literally from.
I wouldn't call it like a contented heart. I think we need to understand that, for example, you may have hired, let's say, a company, maybe let's say a decor company, but you need to remember that this decor company has a team it's working with that they also need to pay. So if you don't, maybe, I'm sure as you're negotiating with the service provider, you agree on percentages that you need to clear before the function ends. So it's also good as a mugole, as a, intending.
To make sure.
Yeah, to make sure that you meet your end of the bargain so that, you're engaging with a happy service provider and you get the best quality of service. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So that varies from like vendor to vendor, right?
Yeah, how you
The
negotiate
percentages,
with
yes,
them
yeah.
is really how the function will go. Some ask for 80%, others actually ask for full payment.
Yeah.
Manange, don't pay them full.
Oh,
I feel like they will not
Please
deliver
don't.
if you pay them full.
don't.
Like have
That's
a
how you end up with some
contingency.
standard work.
Yes.
That's contingency, but you see that contingency also, I think it should depend. These ones that are high end, I've realized that service providers that are at a certain standard, you will have to bend rules for them. Because some of them are used to working with celebrities. So coming to your home in Chanamukak, they're doing you a favor. You better work, you better
pay.
There are terms. It's not even just payment. They'll end up telling you, I want you to book for me accommodation.
And then
I
will they
want you.
deliver really with all those terms?
Some do, some don't.
Speaking of delivering, there have been controversies whereby apparently you pay for, the name, but then they send you
someone else.
their assistants because, like you said, a certain celebrity has suddenly come onto the plate.
That
So
disappoints me.
yeah, I think service providers, you need to treat your clients like they're all equal, because if you've committed your date, then I mean, at least tell me so that I find someone who will give me the attention I need as a bride, as opposed to making me feel like I'm not getting value for my money. Because most times, by the time a bride pays that money, then
they want you, not their assistant. Otherwise, they could have gone elsewhere. I've seen that a lot with musicians as
and
well.
yet the assistants do a good job, but I'm not paying for that. So
if I have contracted to get the main, why do I get the sub?
exactly.
I've seen something with musicians for introductions, especially
The ones you invite to sing on
to
your
come and sing and bring you out for that first entrance, like the first gomesi. Those guys get to functions late. Haven't you seen where like they negotiate you come for the first gomesi.
Mm-hmm.
And then this person turns up at 4 because they had a function elsewhere they had to go to.
Mm-hmm.
How do you deal with that disappointment?
Capacity, guys.
Mm.
Like assess your capacity as a service provider. And know that this is how far I can stretch. I can't do 3 functions in a day. I can only do so much, you know. And then you stick to that because you cannot collect all the money in this world.
I know.
Pick and choose what you can do and do it excellently so that people always look for you.
You have seen reviews. These people are reviewed on socials. Like they will tell you a certain musician, when you book them, forget. They'll come whenever they want. And meanwhile, when they come, there's no apology.
Of course.
They're not remorseful.
So
for them, it's business as usual. Modus operandi. They don't care.
I know.
That's so unfortunate, though.
So, I think now for our intending brides, what would they do in that situation? I know sometimes we want to have like, so my cousin used this decorator. I have to use this decorator. You know, there's also that element.
Yes.
I mean,
I think it's human nature.
It's human nature.
Well, you have seen someone do well.
Yeah.
You want to see something like you want to benchmark.
So if it's not working out, then like you said, red flags. If there's a red flag and you feel like right from the time of trying to engage this service provider that maybe they're not being very receptive, then that's probably not the best service provider for you.
Yeah. There's usually that part too. There are service providers that are not a fit for you, and you have to just accept and move on to the next. But for me, guys, there's this one thing that I feel, I don't know, it kind of bothers me. How do you wear like 4 outfits in one ceremony? How do you guys do it?
It's possible.
You're talking of 4. We have people who wear 6.
How do you do it? You know, I was in some introduction, and for us we had 2 outfits, which because I was comfortable with that. Anyway, if the Mogole wanted more for me, I had no problem, but me, I was just going to do 2 because I cannot deal. So, luckily enough, I carried a 3rd dress just in case. We went to, like, we did the Gomasi, did all the rituals that happen when you're doing an introduction of go in, come out, go greet people and stuff like that. Then we came back to change. You guys, I made a dress. Didn't the zip open up?
Oh dear.
As I was trying to dress. You know, there's so much heat in the moment.
Yes, like a rush.
You're rushing because you're trying to change and catch up. Yes. And I was sweating. So first of all, it was a satin dress, and getting it first of all on. It wasn't a problem per se, but you know how when you're sweating,
so it just sticks on your body.
To slip on your dress. Guys, the zip opened.
What happened?
Imagine the confusion at that moment. So now, how do those who wear 4/6 do it? Because me, that was just the 2nd dress. I was wearing it and zipping, and the thing opened. Luckily enough, I had a 3rd dress. So I just removed that one, threw it aside, and wore this one that I hadn't planned to wear. But it was equally a bridal dress, and that's what I worked with. So imagine you have 4 outfits. How do you guys change? How do you guys wear all these 4 outfits? Some of us can tell.
I'm guilty.
How many did you do?
How many? 7?
Not 7. Not 7. But I think there were about 4.
Wow.
They must.
It's manageable.
Yeah, there must have been about 4. But I mean, when I look back, actually, there was supposed to be, I think, 5.
Yeah, I did 4.
But I didn't wear all of them. And honestly, if I look back, I mean, even 3 would have been enough, and even 2 would have been enough. So, of course, because for me, I had like support. So I think I first did my shopping, and then my family felt like, no, I think we can do better than this. So they did that again. So that's how I ended up with many. But honestly, I think even 2 are okay. Even 2 are fine.
How
so
is that
no pressure.
Changing process.
Let me
That's
tell you,
changing.
when it's your wedding, you want to do the most.
I
I waited for this day.
Yes.
I'm not going to repeat it. Unless if you're manifesting divorce and the death. Seriously, you can manage the 4. What I don't find okay is the extreme of 6. You know those functions that end in the night.
In the night.
Because the mugole wants to wear 1, 2, 3, 4, like impression.
Well, okay, maybe.
You know that there's
I think
several
it got
segments.
yeah,
The
yeah,
cake,
exactly.
the cake
Different
cutting,
segments,
the
yeah.
what, the
Mm.
So you will go back
And change,
change.
yes.
and something else is going on.
It doesn't mess up your makeup. It doesn't mess up
They
anything.
also redo the makeup.
These days they even redo hair.
Yeah, they redo the hair.
That means the function has to start early.
That's what I was going to
Yes.
talk about. Time. Now, I remember for one of my cousin's wedding, introduction. It ended at night, and it's unfortunate that you don't really have a say as a
You don't
bride
at that
in the
point.
timing.
True.
Like you can't tell them let's start now because I have this many outfits to wear. And honestly, those last outfits, fortunately, she did a pre-shoot before the what? Before the actual function started. So that's how she was able to have like enough photos for all her outfits. Otherwise, if it wasn't for that,
If it was same day.
no, it wasn't going to be possible. Yeah.
Wow.
Interesting.
So it seems like we can do as many as we want.
You just have to manage your time.
Indeed, do you? I mean, if you can manage to, but don't force it.
I know.
Yeah, don't force
Personally,
it. Don't force it.
But okay, I'm thinking about it from this perspective. You want to wear as many, but does your tailor agree? Or what she's going to give you announcements? Does she agree?
She may agree in principle, but then not really. The reality may be different from experience. Yeah.
It is. But also, I think the MCs have to like really know what's up. Otherwise, some of them chase you.
With what?
With your dresses.
Why?
They say time is done. We have
I know.
to leave.
I know.
MCs can be trashy.
Wow. They really like if you have a proper plan, like she had mentioned at the beginning, plan and set up your function.
Uganda time, my sister.
How you want it. Start without, like if you say starting at 1. If there are 2 people in the tent, let us start.
Hey!
Not at
We want
intros.
not at intros.
You can't start without the bako.
And besides,
But
But usually you guys, the bakos arrive first.
fine.
But the bako can't sit when there are no what?
But
People
who
to
wants
welcome
get
them.
Out in there first, go messy, first appearance
With just 2 people.
You want to show?
Who is going to cheer you on and clap for you?
Who?
This is the dynamics. For me, I don't mind starting with with the 2 people, because if we don't start doing better on time as we are, this thing is going to drag.
This is our identity.
I will not manifest that kind of identity.
Not
Amen.
With functions, like you plan, but there are several other people that are in your plan. So if they don't adopt what you have planned, it's a dead game.
We've shared our opinions on how to make your function be a bit seamless, but sometimes this is just our opinions, and your function has unique things that you may not relate to the things that we've said here. Yeah. So above all, just pray for your function, and really just release it in the hands of God so that everything goes well. Sometimes it's not even about the service provider, it's not even about the rain, it's just about the devil bringing in interruptions and just trying to interrupt your union. So pray about it if you're a believer, and leave it in the hands of God and believe that it's going to be well. Yeah, right? Yeah, and thank you so much for coming this far in the video, in this episode, and joining us. If there are any more tips on how to make functions better, that makes the life of upcoming brides better in organizing their functions, please share with us in the comment section below. And also for a bride who has experienced some drama, give us the tea in the comment section, right? We would like to know.
Yes.
But also, how did you mitigate
Yeah.
all that drama? We would like to know in the comment section. Also, subscribe if you haven't yet. Like and share with your friends who are intending brides or anyone who would enjoy watching this kind of content. Thank you for coming this far. Shout out to HD Media for shooting and producing this episode. See you next time.
Bye.